How's it going, everyone? My name is Dave. Do you ever feel like you're always running around, like you're always on the go? And have you ever noticed that the commandment to rest is the only one of the 10 commandments that Christians brag about breaking? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today. Well, if this is your first time on my channel, this is the place where I like to do practical Bible devotions that help you take the next step in your spiritual journey. And you know what? They only last 2 minutes. Not that I've ever really stuck to the 2 minutes, but let's put 2 minutes up on the clock anyway and see if today is an exception. Have you ever noticed that life can be a blur sometimes? We're always juggling appointments and climbing the corporate ladder and pressing forward and meeting deadlines. I really became aware of how busy I was a few years ago when I was fishing with a mate in upstate New York. Is that where New York is? I don't know why I pointed that way. I don't even know if that is where New York is. So one morning we were in a rowboat sitting in the middle of this serene lake surrounded by national park. The sun was just starting to come up over the horizon when all of a sudden I realized just how busy I had been. It's so interesting that it took me slowing down in order to realize how fast I had been going. And I bet we're all like this, right? But have you ever noticed that Jesus had this rhythm to his life? He would do this intense period of ministry, but then he would rest, despite the fact that his followers were telling him to keep the momentum going. But we're not like that, because I think we get so caught up in following the steps of Jesus that we forget about the stops of Jesus. And it's so interesting to me that the fourth commandment is the one that we all boast about breaking. It's not like any of us are going, man, you know what? I'm totally coveting my neighbor's house right now. When it comes to coveting, I am crushing it. And none of us ever say to our friends, you know what? I went out shoplifting today. Oh man, it was so good. None of us do that, but we all boast about breaking the fourth commandment. You know, we're always telling people how busy we are. Man, I am going 24/7 at the moment. I am just go, go, go. You know what? Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Dun, That's not the song. And I think it's all about identity. You see, when the people were in captivity in Egypt, they never got a day of rest. But when God leads them out of Egypt, he gives them the Sabbath as a reminder that they are free. See, the Sabbath is not just about rest, it's about identity. It's about freedom. We don't just need a Sabbath from work, we need a Sabbath from the way we define ourselves. We need a Sabbath from the chaos in our life. We need a Sabbath from the hustle. We need a Sabbath from the disorder that comes with working 24/7. So that brings us to the question of the day. Are you prepared to take a rest today? Are you prepared to take a break from the 9 to 5, 24/7, 365 hustle that you live in? Are you prepared to take a rest from the anxiety, the stress, the comparison that defines your life? If you are, why don't you write West? It's so hard to say, write rest. If you are, why don't you write rest in a comment down below and we'll all take a break together. Well, that's all I've got time for today. I hope this was helpful to you. If it was, why don't you leave a comment, share this on social media, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already, and I'll see you next time. Freedom! I really hope this stuff comes off.